And siren sounds and away we go. So for the last 25 to 30 minutes of football, getting a little bit dark here too at East Geelong, and up it goes. Bowman gets that one down and comes to Ricky O'Toole, who was immediately wrapped up. Still manages to get the ball out though. Gee, he's good at that in and under play. Comes to Mawson, who was probably a little bit quiet in that third quarter, but he's going to get 2 touches in about 2 seconds here in the last quarter. Over the top it goes now, comes forward. Mawson it is, gets a little give by hand out there to Stewart. He goes backwards and finds Bowman, who will go even further backwards and will find Chalice. No, it's not. It is Braden Sponner. They've got a little bit of a similar haircut going there, and he'll back up his own work. Sponner can't get the ball. Picks up there by Bowman again. Benjamin, he'll come over the top. Inverleigh seemed to be a little bit more hard at the ball and applying a little bit more pressure than they were in that third quarter. There's that Hickleton who has moved forward into a tackle. Millard there, but the ball will come forward, and
marked by Chamberlain.
Chamberlain will mark the ball and he will give it to Mawson, who is deep in the back pocket. Come out, horrible kick, comes out the front of the commentary position to Gillett. Gillett's kick equally terrible, cleaned up there by Sponner again. Comes back, gee, their disposal has just been awful today, Inverleigh. Brown got away with that. Brown just footy oval. In comes the ball. Millard over the back, gets the ball knocked forward. Plenty of room to give the ball back in, the young fella. Comes over the top. Bolton will get that one down, roved though by Bremner. Probably tripped the jump off there, something shocking. But it's a trip all the same. Comes to Mawson, goes out wide. Muir can't take that ball. Leading in the race for the ball out there, I think, was Neville. Thompson. Wasn't it? No, I think it might have been Neville in the first instance that I was looking for the call, but comes over the top. Hamer couldn't get the ball. Round the back now come East Geelong, heading out wide. Intercepted though and taken down. Oh, strong tackle. Umpire says, throw it in.
Fair enough.
And gingerly getting to his feet there was Lockie Seed, I think it might have been. So boundary umpire will bring the ball back in right in front of the interchange gates, out of side or clubroom side of the ground from our commentary position here today. Ball picked up, Varson's in underneath that. It's getting hard to read some of these numbers with the mud that's forward on their back. Over the top, too long for Millard. He couldn't get to the ball, so East Geelong will go back into attack. It's Varson's leading in the race. Oh, skates through the middle of the ground. Comes over the top was O'Toole. Comes in there with Gillett. He'll get the ball away. Brown over the top. Oh, out-bodied. No, he wasn't out-bodied. Ricky's not happy about that one whatsoever.
Give it back or you'll get 50.
I thought he was out-bodied by O'Toole then, but Brown has drawn the free kick for in the back. He will kick the ball forward looking for Millard, and Millard nearly takes his own player out and will go for goal. He will be kicking from probably just on 50 where we release the ball, and we reckon the wind is the wind favouring one end.
It's definitely favouring the
eastern end.
Eastern end.
You can't put on radio, so yeah, the eastern end.
Left-sided door.
That doesn't work on radio either. Millard will kick the ball from 40, so he's going to be kicking into that breeze. Sends it on its way. It's a good kick. I don't think it's going to make the distance. They fly over the top, and it will run out of bounds in that.
As in comes the ball now. It took a long time to get it in. Millard gets a bit of a nice tap over the back. It's picked up there by Bremner, I think it might have been, but it's punched away on the goal line. It comes out towards Ricky O'Toole. He gives a handball back. There in the mud, comes out towards the wing position. The ball's going to beat Orleans. He does that, gets up in towards the contests, but Bolton was too good, but it taps Shark beautifully there by Seed. He gives it over. Can't see where it's coming from there. Gets put up towards the forward pocket. They're in the van here at the moment, Inverleigh. No one can pick it up. It's boost out of the pack up towards, I think that's Holian now. Takes a bounce. He can bounce it out on there, and he takes a second bounce. Have a third one, son. Oh, he's nearly fumbled it up. Oh, he's got to get a handball. He gets it. Goes to Mawson. He gets onto the left boot. He sticks it high in the air. There's no one forthcoming. Out it comes now. The defence is in the way with Ling. He's deliberately put it out towards the boundary line, and the umpire will say...
Deliberate.
He has... He's deliberately put it over the boundary line.
Lingy has had a good day, but that was actually McHenry who had the ball.
Free kick will go to Jennings. Jennings pops it in there, looking for Sponner. I think it was. He can't take it now. There's a pack forms, or they could pull a free kick out.
What's saying he's playing like him? He looks like
that. Millard gets the tap out. No one can pick it up. There's another big pack forms. The umpire's got to get in and ball this up, and he will throw it up. Big Bolton in ruck against Millard. They've had a great duel, actually. Over to Ricky O'Toole, can't get it out. Big Julian Carr's in there, Bowman, Bolton, they're all in there. But the Inverleigh boys get it out towards Muir. It's probably too high for him, almost a good mark. And they come through now. No one can pick it up. It's again on the ground. Hollian's in there, gets a nice handball out. Goes out to Mawson. Mawson to Chalice. Chalice over to Jennings. Jennings can see Ricky O'Toole on the flank. It doesn't bounce for him. Goes back onto the left boot now. It's beautifully smothered over there by, I think it was Hamer, might have been Gillen, it was. Ball still in play here. It's picked up by Ling now. He can't get a handball. Out they come now. Great defence, boys. But unfortunately, it goes back over here, and it will go to
Neville. Neville to Johnson.
Neville.
Ben Neville into Johnson. Johnson comes into the middle of the ground. Off hands there, Sponner. Sponner with the ball. It was Braden comes forward looking for Lachlan. Lucas Murphy, Sponner. And he will take the mark. 20, probably 30 metres out from goal. And he didn't want to be on that angle. No, don't straighten me up, he said. I want to be where I am. I reckon he's lined him up with the netball post here. That umpire right there. I'm standing right behind him and he's lined him up with the middle of the behind post. Anyhow, Lachlan Sponner will kick from probably about 30 from goal, 45-degree angle. Improves the angle. Is it going to come back enough? Yes, it will be. That'll be Lachlan Sponner's first goal, and it will be...
As up it goes, big Millard in ruck again. Gets the tap out, roves his own ball again. He's been their best player, Millard. He's been fantastic. Yep. As out it comes now, comes over towards Garrard. Garrard has a nice little chip pass, and it'll be marked again in turn by the Inverleigh centre half forward. Can't pick it up at the moment. Oh, great mark, right in the teeth of goal there, 30 metres out.
I think it might be Perrott.
I think it is Lockie Perrott from here. He's about 30 to 35 metres out, almost directly in front. Got to allow for the wind. Can't allow it to push it into that right forward pocket, which has been doing most of the day.
Hopefully you learn from his previous guy's mistakes.
Yeah, he's had a couple of shots himself as well. So in he comes now, very deliberate, taking his time. That's the way you got to do it. The man on the mark will run in a little bit. He's given himself a bit of room. Perrott left boots it, and it's gone absolutely nowhere near the goals. Middle of the points.
Belpost Hill, 12 goals 15 to Corio, 3 goals 12. Expected that one. Bannockburn, 9 goals 12 to Thompson, 10-16.
Oh, blown it.
And Geelong West, 10-12. Belmont Lions, 8-8.
Oh, your old club there, Cal. As the ball's come back into play and gone out of the outer wing now for East Geelong. That was... Holly, and I think taking the ball forward, it's gone to the half-forward flank. Comes off hands was Bowman, gives over to Mawson. Mawson sees someone running back inside and goes in that direction. Coming out, though, was Henry. Couldn't take the ball to ground. Picked up off hands, and coming out there was Seed. He's played very well for Inverleigh too under that under-pressure back line today. He'll bring the ball out. Picked up there by Gillett.
This kid.
Gillett goes back into the middle of the ground, I think, looking for Bremner. Bremner picks the ball up. Can he muscle it forward? No, he can't. Great tackle there by East Geelong. Comes off hands. Chalice says, I'm not going down in that mud. Uses it by foot. Does very well too and gives it to Jennings. Jennings goes out in front of the club rooms. Gives KO a very good look at what's going on. He knows when to call time off. Bowman it might be, bringing the ball back in, looking for Parker. Parker, he bends over. He's another one that's looking a little bit tired as the day goes on, but he's gone very well. Comes off to Thomas. Thomas now runs through 50. Heads for goal. Is it going to go all the way? I think there might have been a hand on it. Indeed there was. The 6 or 7 he did in the first quarter were horrible. Comes up to the middle of the ground, goes to a 2-on-1 contest, probably not the greatest thing to do. Gillett's going to need to do a lot of work here against Johnson, but Johnson gets the ball away. Comes off hands, little give there to Chalice, I think that might have been. He's going to go wide and he is going to find Josh Bowman deep in the pocket right on the boundary line, about 40 metres around. Comes back into the middle of the ground and finds Toby Stewart. He's going to come to the middle of the ground and he is going to find Mawson. Too many unchecked players from Inverleigh. East Geelong just running wide here. Comes off hands, Bremner. His ball is smothered. Comes then to Varsons. Gives by hand out wide. He finds Adam Muir, I think that might be, coming out wide in front of the scoring scoreboard position. Comes around off hands.
Great tackle. That's
Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown, yes, holding the ball right in front of us. Another young player for the Inverleigh side. Comes off hands. Neville. Good recovery. Neville with the ball. Beautiful work by Brown. Now he's back up again. Get on the ball. You can't. Ball it up last time. Yeah, good on you. That's the way. You can't call a bloke twice. Well, seconds holding the ball.
Well, he had prior opportunity the first time and he didn't have it the second time. So good umpiring.
So Ben Neville, great tackle twice, but couldn't do the job with the kick. He's going to do the ruck work now, though. The Winchelsea North Geelong score did not come through, Fred, but thanks for asking all the same. We know Cal's back as a work experience student, but he didn't miss
it on Alan.
He didn't miss the score. I think the game is running a little bit behind that one.
Said.
And it's good to know we've got a list of Grubby.
It is.
I can't believe my dad would want to know the Winchelsea North Geelong score.
Ball comes back in. Off hands, McHenry will get that one. Oh, Garrard taken high, I thought, as it slipped up over the top of his shoulder. Umpire says, I'll have a look. Give me another go.
Maybe it's time for a GDFL app, Andrew.
A GDFL app, you reckon? Are you just the man to make that for me, Cal?
Oh, I wouldn't have the slightest idea, but I thought someone would be some sort of IT professional around.
Up they go now. Oh, big punch away by the ruckman. He's gone into the ruck, the big fella. Comes down towards him. Bit of a trip there. It'll be a free kick.
I think Mawson's
Tell you what, he's hurt his leg too. Hopefully it's just a bump. He's down holding his leg. Hopefully it's just a knock and he'll be okay. But the free kick will go to Dean Muir. He puts it up towards the centre half forward position. Nobody home at the moment, but they all converge on it now. It's almost picked up there. No, it's not. It's back in the pack, and the umpire might have to say, give it to me, boys. Running the ruck at the moment. Up he goes. Doesn't quite get the tap out, though. It comes now towards the centre of the ground. East Geelong back in the van. They look over forwards. Sponner. He's been pretty good all day, but he loses that one. Gets out of the pack there by
Kenyon.
I was going to say trotted in, but you got him before me. And there's a free kick market all day. Gets onto that left boot, puts it up towards the centre half forward position, and a very good mark by Wise. Wise goes for the handball, and puts his team under immense pressure, but they're going to get out of it. Comes back over here now. Inverleigh rushing forward, it's a bad kick. It comes back out towards O'Toole. He can't get it. Good play by that boy in Perrott. He gets it over to Millard. Millard puts it up towards the forward position. No one can get it now. It's scrambling again. The defence will run it out of bounds, I would think, and they have scoreboard for me. What do they put us over here for? Yeah.
Ball comes back in the pocket now. Comes off hands. Oh, Cations couldn't bring the ball through. It's punched off hands around the boundary line. Garrard leading in the race for the ball there with Thomas. But the boundary line will be the victor about 2 o'clock, because I reckon that's when the lights came on. Up the ball comes. Over the back goes Wise, comes to Sponner. He'll get the ball away. Has a bounce. Good run and carry there by the East Geelong side. Through the middle of the ground by Alan Johnson. Ball goes forward, but there's no one home. The forward press worked against them there, and there was no one at home for East Geelong to take the ball away. Comes off hands, and out of side here is Perrott. Perrott then turns, goes back into the middle of the ground and finds Bremner. Bremner in the glue pot, gets the kick away, looking for Millard, who will take the mark on the point. Oh, nearly plays on, but takes himself back. Goes back now, takes the kick, going out the outer side there, looking for one of the Mullers. I think it was. No, in fact, it was Garrard. Garrard goes for goal and misses. Unless there's a little whistle on play.
Yes, there is.
Was there? I think there might have been a little bit of effort behind the scenes. 35, 40 metres from goal. And it will take a pretty good kick, given how heavy that ball will have got here in the last few 10 minutes of this game. So Garrard, in he comes. Sends the ball. It's going to go across the face of goal. They fly. I think that's hit the post. Good pick by the umpire. Hit the behind post, and that will be out. Looking for options. Sends it out wide. He's looking for Jennings, but I think all you've done there, Ricky, is ball. He sees an option and comes back into the middle of the ground. Sees and finds McHenry. McHenry goes forward looking for and finding Dean Muir, who will possibly have a shot from goal from 50. It's going to be a very, very good kick with that heavy ball from there. 18 minutes gone in this last quarter. It won't be a long one, because I reckon KO's a bit thirsty. He sends the ball into a lead from Millard. Can't take the mark. Hands crumbled under the pressure applied from the back. Oh, East Geelong player came in hard there. Play on, says the umpire. He's going to...
What else? But I won't say it on radio.
Up they go. Millard, no slander whatsoever when it's accurate, is it? Comes off hands. Comes to the bottom of the ground was McHenry. He can't get the ball away. Oh, players diving on this ball. Gee, they're getting tired out there now, and it is getting dark. It's very hard to see. Suzuki scoreboard.
All it off.
Up she goes. Bolton, I think, might have got that one down. Comes off hands. Gee, they're just forming. It's just a rugby maul forming every time the ball hits the ground. Can't get the ball.
I really would say no.
Up they go again. Wise. He will get the tap down for Inverleigh. Oh, slung out of the pack. I think might have been Cations. Sponner gets the ball. He gets it away. Can Inverleigh get a break? Comes to Mawson. Little give to O'Toole again. That position running around the back. Goes out further around the back line. Oh, horrible kick out wide off the side of the boot. He's going to find the bounce. I think it might be Neville. Wise will get the tap down, comes off hands to Muir. Muir's on opportunity here. Oh, good work and great smother by Ben.
Got all the credentials to be a very solid halfback flank for the rest of his career.
And it comes now. Low throw and it's been punched back towards the boundary line. Billy Cations picks it up. Could have been out. It's definitely out now.
Unfortunately, next week they have to play Bellpost Hill.
Yeah, well, that won't be too easy, but hopefully there'll be East Geelong, as I say. They're not an eighth side. They could be. Up it goes now. Big Wise in ruck, probably gets a fist to it, but goes nowhere. Back to the pack. Mawson gets pushed in the back, hit in the head, tripped, holding the man, and still gets nothing. I can't believe they let that go. As out they come now. Nice little handball over there towards Johnson again. He's been terrific off the half back line, Johnson. Almost a good mark there for the Inverleigh side, but it comes out now. Out it comes, out towards Billy Cations on the wing, and he takes the mark. He's around on the right boot. Billy Cations out. He's got absolutely nothing to kick to, so he goes long. He's looking for Big Kenyon, but it just wasn't long enough. And intercepted by, I couldn't read the number on that. Ben Neville, but I think it's Benjamin Neville down there in the back pocket. And he intercepted an easy one. In he comes now, little short pass, goes over there, and it goes over towards, who was that?
Jennings.
That was Jennings, wasn't it?
Jennings with the yellow boots.
Goes over towards O'Toole. That's Ricky, the coach, puts it up towards the wing position, but there's Inverleigh players everywhere, and Muir takes the mark now. Too far out to score, obviously. He's on the wing position here at East Geelong Oval. Nowhere to go. There's just players everywhere. So he's finally seen Millard make a lead. And Millard gets in good position and takes a nice mark at centre half forward. About 70 metres out. He couldn't possibly have a shot from there. Looks like he's going to pass it. Now he does. Oh, it's going to be a good kick and a good mark for that. It's good defence by East Geelong as they punch the ball away. Chalice picks the ball up and gets slung to the ground. Ricky O'Toole picks up the crumbs and puts it over towards the half-back flank. There's one Inverleigh player, but Holian standing behind him takes a nice easy chest mark. Decides to run off and have a bounce. No, he didn't. He kicked it long. He's looking for Bowman, but his spotter comes in and almost takes the mark. Picked up now, goes back to... Oh, who's that over there? That's Bowman. He finally did get it. He read the play beautifully, ran to position well, gets on the left boot, puts it up towards Holian, who's run a mile here, but the ball's going to run over the line of that.
As the ball goes back into play. Oh, comes off hands. Carr does the roving, snaps it, can't get it to bend. And I think there's a fair chance that it would too. Ball was brought back into play by the Inverleigh side. Over the top it comes. Off hands. Picked up the ball there was Julian Carr, but he couldn't get it away. Comes off hands there and head forward by Inverleigh. Wise flies, but he can't take the ball. Comes to Adam Muir. He gets it off hands there and finds Spiller. Spiller goes forward and the mark is taken by Nathan Kenyon. He will have a kick from about 30 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle, and into this breeze. And they have not been successful in kicking a major since probably about the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. So Nathan Kenyon, in he comes. Kicks through that very truly. It's probably a good kick, but the line is off. Hasn't made the distance. It's a heavy ball, and the mark has been taken back there by Neville. He will come out wide, and he will find Chamberlain. Chamberlain, very solid. Another one that's come back into the side. It's a very, very solid addition for the East Geelong side. Comes off hands. Kenyon with the ball. On a bit of pressure. Gets it away. Comes out the back there and it's found by Perrott. Perrott goes short. Inboard. Finds Dean Muir. He's going to drive the ball long. But there's nobody at home, is there? Oh, nearly could have ran onto it was Ansell, but he couldn't get there in the end. Haven't seen much of him in the second half of the game. Comes to Cations. He can't get the ball away. Oh, solid tackle again to Spiller. Can't get the ball away. In fact, he spilled it. Comes out to Cations again. Back again by hand. The big kick off one step there by Bremner. Goes out of... I think Grubby's gone to try and do his own round the grounds for Geelong West. God, he's a solid performer, the Grubby.
He's fantastic.
He is. He's got all the O's going. The Lamington eating was fantastic. Comes off hands to Perrott now. Millard with the ball. Half forward flank. He's going to do a run himself. Oh, chips again. Kick long, son. Kick long, but he fined Muir. Good solid mark there by Adam Muir. He hasn't been disgraced either today. He's been in a lot of the contest, and he will has marked the ball. He will kick from 40. And again, I would, if I was Reece Millard, I'd be standing at the point of the goal square because I do not think this ball will carry one iota.
They've only kicked three behind since half time, unfortunately. So it's just not enough.
It's been a long, long afternoon as it gets darker and darker. So when he comes, Adam Muir. Oh, that's a good kick. I tell you what, won't make the distance. Yes, he will. And
As soon as you say that, it's a certain goal.
It's a certain goal. Adam Muir kicks his first goal for.
Man, we need those lights that I can see up the road at Caninia Creek as over they come. Ricky O'Toole almost throws it out.
That was a throw.
He throws it out to his teammate, but it's picked up there by Parrott. Parrott onto the left boot. He's looking further afield. Finds his little teammate there in Garrard, I think it was. He goes over to Muir. They're playing a lot better now, but it's the wrong end of the game, boys. Muir puts it in towards full forward. It's East Geelong, all East Geelong as they punch it out. The crumb's picked up by Kenyon now. Gets onto the right boot. He sees a little Billy Cations there. Can't quite hit him on the chest. And the defence come out with a football now on East Geelong. There's a free kick being paid. Looks like he paid a throw out there. Probably too dark to go against the umpire, that one, Andrew. We'll give him that, and Billy Cations will take the resultant free kick. So there's a little chip pass over to Gillett, and Gillett's been really good all day, little fella. On the left boot, it's almost a good kick, but a big good interception, and now O'Toole gets a quick boot to the ball. It'll go back to Gillett. See what he does here. He gets around one, gets a handball over, comes back over now to Muir. Muir puts in a big right boot. It goes into the teeth of the goal square. Almost a mark down there. Snapshot for goal from the boundary line. Could be a miracle goal, but no, it's a big mark. Millard not paid, and kicks it through the goal on the goal line. What a magnificent play.
There as it is here.
Oh, they'll have to call the game off. We've got half an hour to go.
Up she goes. Yes.
Joshy Moult.
Yes, I'm sorry, Reece. You're not allowed to pop your hand on someone's neck.
What is going on here?
Oh, comes off hands. It was Mola who's gone into the middle. They're all having to turn in the ruck now. Comes out the back there now. And that will be Parrott who will send the ball back into attack for Inverleigh. They're moving the ball so much better in these last 5 minutes. They're only doing it all day. Unfortunately,
That's a
KO siren. And that will be the final score. East Geelong will run out winners. 12 goals, 16. Inverleigh, 3 goals, 9. Goal kickers, Cricket Pitch Centre. Great game today, Rick. They probably didn't give you the competition you expected?
No, it was just really good to get 4 points, to be honest. Like, we haven't been playing the type of footy we want to play, but it was coming in. You never know it in Inverleigh. They obviously ran Werribee the other week down at Galvin Park. They really got over the line there, so we knew it was going to be a dangerous game, but it was just pleasing to get, I thought it was a pretty good four-quarter performance. It was pretty solid.
Mate, just getting away from football in general at the minute, just looking at you now, like the mud on you, we made a thing in the call early in the game. They do the circle in the middle. Would you blokes rather bounce the ball even 4 or 5 metres either side of it to keep you out of that mud for a while?
Probably not, to be honest.
No?
Just because I find it gets crowded with the wingman so close. So, yeah, it's one of those things. You probably need grass cuts on the outside of the ground, but in the middle of the ground you need the stops. But I think it doesn't personally bother me. I probably prefer it, to be honest.
Okay, that's good, because I saw Jesse Mawson. He was actually slipping out here because of the mud on his boots that he got from the middle. But talking about Jesse Mawson, his first half was absolutely superb. He was just fantastic. But you probably would have got more satisfaction out of the form of Chalice, Primke, and those blokes coming back into the side. We made the call that you're not an 8th side. You proved that today, and you're really looking forward to playing finals, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's our aim. Obviously, Jesse Mawson's the only guy who's played every game so far this year, and to get guys like Chalice, Primke, Bolton, Ben Bowman back in defence, Williamson back in defence, Al Johnson's hardly played, so to get a lot of game time with those blokes, hold us well going forward.
And you yourself, you probably started off a little bit slower than what we normally, but you finished up getting a lot of possessions in the finish. You'd be happy with your own form.
Yeah, obviously being coach, you just worry about the team, but it's always good to get a couple of kicks, but you know, it's getting harder as I get older.
And we did speak about percentage, because towards the end of the year, that 5th spot or 4th spot or even 3rd spot at the moment may come down to percentage. Cal alluded to a couple of late goals, but I was more alluding to the fact that you kicked that crooked all day. It probably could have been over a 100-point win.
Oh, definitely. I thought, especially in the first quarter, I think we kicked 1 goal, 9, I think, and could have easily been 6 goals, 4 or something like that, but I was guilty of one, and I just, you know, our finishing early was poor. and we probably let those 2 goals late, which I wasn't real happy with. But I mean, to keep Inverleigh with 3 goals is still a solid effort, I thought.
Oh, fantastic effort. And actually, I saw that one you missed. I would have kicked that one. Don't worry about that.
I know, easily.
And talking about the O'Toole name, one of Sharky's young bloke, he won the medal for best on the ground. We have yourself and Barry and Sharky. I remember seeing Neville play late in his career, early in mine. There's another O'Toole on the scene. He must be a good kid.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a good kid. Obviously, he's only a little fella, so he's pretty lethal around goals. He doesn't miss too many, that's for sure.
Well, that's fantastic, mate. Look, thanks for coming back out into the cold after a real wet, muddy sort of a day here. You were fantastic. I reckon you can make the finals for me. Go and have a shower, mate. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Gravy.